Sorry, I'm just putting this away real quick. How's it going? I hope everyone's doing well. So I got a really nice response from my last video. I just want to make sure that people know that it wasn't Putin that cut me off. I had made the video public by accident, and which is fine. I mean, I send it over to my sister, and she puts on the beginning and the end, and makes it look more professional. But I just made it public because I was in a hurry and wasn't noticing what I was doing. So it disappeared for a minute, and depending on when you were watching, it seemed like I was being targeted or something. But no, my sister just took it down to put the stuff on it and then put it back up. So the video is back up now. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for all your support in kind of running the channel the way I want to. And, that's all I can really do at this point. I just want to do it the way I want. And so I'm going to keep, giving shout outs to other channels. I think it's very important, especially right now. And I think it's important for you guys to be able to have access to other channels and other readers that you might be interested in. And I find it enlightening. So I hope you guys do too. I want to take a minute just to talk about being an empath just for a bit, because right now the energy in the air, in the nation is very, there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, a lot of nervousness. And so if you're feeling those things and you're thinking, well, I really don't have anything to be worried about or nervous about, but I'm feeling kind of irritable and kind of, that is part of being an empath. And part of being an empath is also attracting certain types of personalities to you. So one of my life lessons, I haven't shared this with you guys, but one of my life lessons, and it kind of comes back to the channel, is standing up for myself and kind of stating what I want or what I would like, and being being assertive. Growing up and, even being a teacher taught me a lot about how to do this and how to do this in a nice way, because as an empath, you really want to be nice. You never want to hurt anyone because you know what it's like to be hurt, and you can feel hurt in others. So you never want to be the one who is the perpetrator of hurting somebody. So you go out of your way to be nice and not to hurt people. And that can attract narcissistic personalities because you have something they don't have, which is the ability to kind of feel. And so they're attracted to you. And I had a relationship, I won't say, whatever, I'm not going to go into that at all, but it was with a narcissist, and I got out of it. But it was one of the many, many situations in my life where I had to stick up for myself and stand up for myself and learn that kind of self-love that protects you from people in the world that don't have your best interest at heart. And I think that's the main thing to remember, because it can be very hard to stand up for yourself and say, this is the way I want to do things. And as an empath, you also get your feelings hurt easily. You kind of wear your heart on your sleeve. Since then, I've learned that is ego. And so I need to put that aside and kind of look at things in a broader spectrum so that I don't get personally offended or anything. And so I try not to. But I did want to state the fact that I feel it's important to help other people and to help other people with their channels and help other people find other channels that you may like better than this channel. And that's okay. The time is right for this stuff, and the time is now, because we're going to be coming into a time when there'll be a shift in consciousness, and there's going to be also a need for healing and a need for searching for answers and truths. And so I feel like this is the time that all these kind of channels are springing up and all these readers are springing up, including myself. And I think that it's for a divine purpose. Sorry, shutting the door. And so I think that we need to be respectful of that, aware of that and find joy and be honored to share other readers with each other. I just feel like that's what we do. And so, but anyway, but I was just going to say that being an empath is part of that. Part of my journey has been having to stick up for myself over and over and over again, and also knowing when to kind of put down boundaries. That's also been another one of my life lessons. And for a lot of empaths, it is, because you tend to draw in a lot of people with problems, or a lot of people with drama in their lives, and you have to know how to kind of draw boundaries, because it can really suck the life out of you. My mother used to say when I was little that instead of bringing home stray pets, that I'd bring home stray friends. They always had a lot of issues, a lot of problems, and I'd always want to help them and help people and do what I could. And I think that, as an adult, especially after I had my own child, I started to really put down definite boundaries. I would see and know that, okay, this person is the busybody of the neighborhood, and this person is kind of the person with, that has a lot of like a tendency for drama and stuff. And I would kind of put those boundaries down so that I wouldn't get sucked in, not because I didn't care, but because I would care too much. And I know that my caring would turn into them kind of taking what I needed out of me to have my own life and to help my own family and myself and what I was going through or what I needed to focus on. And so those have been my life lessons. And I hope that helps you, if you are an empath, to know that it's okay to set down boundaries. It's okay to not get sucked into every single drama or every single person that has problems in the family or in whatever. It's very hard not to. It really is your tendency to kind of be an enabler, to kind of be the peacemaker, to want there to be calmness and peace, because that's where you're happiest. But the main thing to remember is that you're the only person who can provide that for yourself, and they're the only ones that can provide it for themselves. You can do your best to reach out and to give, which is what I do in readings or what I do in the channel or what I do, but that really is what you can offer, that you can't give yourself over. And I hope that makes sense to you. And again, my empath self is like, I hope it doesn't sound harsh, but I want you to understand that if you're empty and you're deflated and depleted, you have nothing left to give. And if you feel like you can help the world at all, or help your family, or help your community, it's very important that you preserve some of that energy for yourself to keep, re-energizing that, so you can give that kindness, or give that love, or give that understanding, advice. You've got to keep that. And I've learned that more than ever as a reader. And I didn't come into this channel thinking I would be doing a lot of private readings, but I've really enjoyed it. I've met the most amazing people. I've met the most amazing guides. I've met all of your guides, and I've been brought into the most interesting situations, and it's made me very aware of how to kind of connect and disconnect my energy and be able to help, but also preserve my energy. It's been a lesson. So I really do thank you for that. And that's what this is all about, right? It's all, being here on earth is a learning experience for all of us. That's what we're here for. So that's what we're doing. Whether we like it or not, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to, with that in mind, and I'm going to tell you about a few channels. Check them out. Don't check them out if you're like, I have too many channels. Great. If you're like, you know what, I love this. I love checking out new channels. I love giving my support to people. I love telling them how wonderful they're doing, because I can tell you guys that when I go back and see oh, Kim sent me from Intuitiview, I can tell you right now that it makes such a difference to the person who is if you're just like, I just found this channel and I love it, keep doing what you're doing. That is worth, it's gold. It really is. It's so useful. It's so valuable. So if you feel like, you know what, I'm at home, I can't go anywhere, or I'm at home and I can't, you know, I'm immobile, or I don't know what to do to help the world right now, I just want to help. This is a great way to help people, is to encourage these readers and these people who are doing this work to keep on doing it, because I'm telling you, we're going to need every single one of them. And we're going to need you guys too. People that have that kindness gene, that love gene, we're going to need everybody. And if you thought about being a reader, if you thought about getting into this stuff, or you thought about, you know, extending yourself out to others in some sort of way that is spiritual, or that is it just in, you know, in kindness or in a loving way, think about that now, please, because we're going to need all hands on deck. Okay. So I want to bring up a few people that were brought to my attention. One is an astrologer called, it's Election 2020 Astrology. That's the name of the channel that I could find. And I like this channel because it's for me, people like me that are kind of about astrology. It's very easy to understand. It's very easily laid out. It's all about the election. You'll love it. So go and see that. The other one is, that was brought to my attention, and I guess they mentioned our channel. So they said it would be great to have a shout out. So I looked this up, and I looked at both their channels, and I looked at, they do channel like conversations together, where they do your readings together. Very entertaining, very fun. Debbie at Freebird Spirit, and it's Freebird and then Spirit. I love all these names. They're so like, they're very 60s in a way, but they're awesome. I love it. Freebird Spirit, Debbie, and it looks like she does tarot, and she does kind of, I think she considers herself kind of an empath. I think we're a little bit the same. She's kind of an empath. She, you know, senses things and can pick up things. So she's very good at what she does, and she's a very kind, loving person. You can tell. And I don't know what she's done for a living, but she has a very, to me, it'd be interesting to know. You can tell me if I'm right about this or not, but she has a very like counselory kind of like psychology kind of vibe. So I don't know. Anyway, but she's very, very good. So check her out. And then Karen Elizabeth Sage Healers. That is her channel. And like I said, they do things together. That's the one I saw, what someone alerted me to and said, oh, they mentioned you. You mentioned them. So, and I don't bring people to you who I'm like, oh, they won't like this person at all. I bring people to you who I think you might really like this person. So check that out. And they do a lot of live feeds too, which I don't do as much of. So, and I realize I'm 13 minutes in and I'm still like opening up, but just to let you know, okay? So, and I want to go on to Deb Montgomery. She is okay. So she's studies astropsychology. She is kind of one of these, she's a little bit highbrow, but I hope she doesn't take that as an offense, but it's a lot of things that I don't know a lot about, and it could be intimidating a little bit because there's a lot to know, but she breaks it down, and she is very gentle soul. And so if you're interested in these kind of like other planets and like astrology and kind of magnetism, and she does like a lot of things like that, and earth things, things to do with the earth and that kind of stuff, check her out, because she's very, very good at what she does. And the last one is Lola at Goth Angelic. Lola Goth Angelic. And Goth Angelic is one word, okay? Last thing I'll tell you is go to at 99 Good Deeds at Instagram to get involved in the free readings that are being given out by Christy. There's 3, and she's going to hand them out on Halloween. So that's that. Okay, so let me get into, I want to look at Bill Barr. I've been getting some really weird stuff on him. I'm going to write him down real quick, and I'm just going to look at him very quickly because I'm getting some weird stuff with him. It's weird. I'm feeling like I need to get out. Where's the door? Where's the door? I feel like he's trying to find... He's trying to find his... I just felt like a burst of energy then. He's trying to find his way out of this administration, but he's also like... He's used to being able to figure out a way out of situations, and he can't find the door on some of these situations. He's like, where's the door? I can't find it. He's trying to save, he's actually trying to save, sorry, got an itch. He's trying to save Donald Trump from himself, and he can't figure out how to do it. He's looking, he's searching. He doesn't feel well. He keeps getting two things. He keeps getting anxiety attacks, but I just heard phone calls. He keeps getting phone calls from somebody. Who's it from? Eric Prince? Does he know Eric Prince? It's like he keeps getting contacted by, it seems like Eric Prince. It's weird. That guy doesn't come up a lot for me, and I don't know why. He feels like he's in the shadows for me. Like he's underground. He's in the shadows. He's in the back. He's, pulling his own strings. He thinks he's being indicted. Eric Prince fears or thinks he's being indicted. He's asking Bill Barr about this. He's worried about it. He's nervous about it. Eric Prince is very connected to Russia. He's getting complaints. He's getting people complaining to him. For entertainment purposes only. Whenever I get into this stuff and it feels like it's very like deep in the dark, it worries me a little bit. This is what I'm getting, okay, you guys? Eric Prince is getting complaints or messages from Russia saying, we can't help, we need help, we can't do this, we're being blocked, we're being, they're having a hard time in helping in the election. They're helping in the election. And Eric Prince is worried about his own involvement thus far and is inquiring to Bill Barr, I'm worried about this, and how can we help Russia? Eric Prince has something to do with soldiers. Not soldiers. They're like soldiers. They're not soldiers. Somebody just said, don't call them soldiers. They're not soldiers. They're something, they're it's almost fun of like they're rejected soldiers. There's something about them that's rejected. But they act tough. They're armed. He's a dangerous man, this guy. He doesn't feel anything. He's like Trump in a way. He doesn't feel bad about anything. His family is... I feel like he has a lot of parallels with Trump, actually. His family seems messed up, and he seems very privileged, but a very angry guy. Dissatisfied guy. And he likes to play. He likes to there's something, a weird relationship he has with the military, because it's like he likes to play soldier. It's like he likes to play soldier. He isn't a soldier. He likes to play soldier. He likes to play commander. But he doesn't hold any of the things needed to be a real soldier. So he's pretending he's playing. Someone just said he's a liar too. It's weird, this guy is coming up. He's never comes up for me. But is definitely connected right now to Bill Barr in a very significant way. A plan. A dangerous plan. I feel like this guy, Prince, is pushing a plan or an idea, and Barr is like, I'm looking for a way out. He knows this is not good. He knows the end is coming. And all of this stuff feels very dark. My guides assure me and want to assure you that their plans aren't going to come to fruition, but they're very dangerous. They keep calling it dangerous plans, but they're like, but it's not going to go anywhere. They're just talking, but it's creepy. It's scary. It's wrong. It's wrong. Trump is meant to go. You guys, Trump is meant to go. I wanted to kind of ask about COVID, because I'm kind of moving away from that. It feels very dark, so I'm just moving away from that. I wanted to ask about COVID though, because it's such a lonely disease. You know, you are alone when you pass away. You know, usually you can't say goodbye to your family except on the internet some way, on FaceTime or whatever, and you're alone. We're alone suffering through it. We have to be isolated in a lot of ways. And I want to ask about that, because I feel like there's something to that, something that we're supposed to be learning. So I just want to ask my guides about that real quick before I let you guys go. And I'm sorry, like half the reading was like my beginning bit, but you know what? I'm a rebel, so that's the way it is. I hope it was valuable information anyway. So my guides right away are like, anything, you can pull the positive out of any situation, and we should. And in a way, that's our job to do. Because sometimes things happen, and it's the spirit part of us that can say, oh, I pull this positive thing out of it. That's what they're trying to say. And that's a very spiritual and very positive thing to do, because sometimes in this world of free will and where we have physical bodies, things can happen. Things can take place that are unexpected, and because not every single thing is planned, it's all very kind of harmonious, but kind of chaotic sometimes. It can be chaotic sometimes and unexpected. And to pull the positive out is that spiritual part of us coming forward to take out what is the positive, and that is that spirit part of us that does that. So they're saying that's a very spiritual practice. With COVID, they're saying that there's actually something else going on there, that we're in a we're going to, oh, there's little Lucy Goose. She's been in here for a while. That we're going to be connecting with each other in a less physical way. This is a part of our transcendence, evolution. It's part of our moving into this new consciousness that will be able to connect on different levels, not just a physical level, not just like a handshake or a hug. There'll be something else to that, and that we're learning that, and that we rely too much on physical things like technology, and that we need to kind of rely on those other senses, and it's helping us do that. They're talking about, I know what they're talking about here, and I hope I talk about this properly, because I know exactly what they're trying to say. In a dream state, when you give someone a hug or a kiss, or you have some kind of like intimate touch in a dream state, they're talking about that being very real, and being very real. We're able to achieve that, and that's something we're going to be learning in the next like decade or so. That there's something to that, that we don't have to be together, physically together, to be interacting, to be talking, to be having an intimate experience, or like a touch, that kind of thing. That there's intimacy to be found in our in mixing or in touching consciousnesses. Let me know if you've ever had an experience like that. One that I can remember is when my aunt passed away. She'd been in a hospice for a long time, and we'd been there day after day. And when she finally passed away that morning, I felt all I can say was like a completely comforting, warm, enveloping in love kind of embrace, and it was gone, and I knew that was her saying goodbye. Tell me if you've ever haven't had an experience like that, because I think that's what they're talking about, this kind of consciousness, kind of connecting that we need to learn to do, especially because part of our raising of consciousness is really realizing that we're all connected, not only through like nature and through family and things like that, but we're all connected through consciousness, something different. So I hope I've made that clear. Okay. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope this wasn't a tedious or long or weird video. I felt like I just wanted to come on and say what I felt like I needed to say, and yeah, I hope that it was helpful to you. And share in the comments, or share with me if you've had experiences like that, because I feel like that's what we're being molded to be able to experience as our consciousness is kind of raised, and as we move into kind of this new earth, or this new it's kind of a type of evolution that we're experiencing as spiritual beings, if that makes sense. Okay, all right, on that note, I will say goodbye, and take care of yourselves, guys. Be safe. Love you guys. Bye.